Dyslexic Genius here. We're back on assembly of the Puritan, and there's a few things we have to do for the winding crank mechanism before we assemble it, and that is a little bit of deburring. On the ratchet, this screw gave me a little bit of trouble. You can see all the striations here. This is after polishing. I had to chuck this into my lathe, but you can do it at your drill, and you just polish this out. And then this hole had been burred up too because of the screw, and I had to flex hone this out. And that's the first thing I had to do. The other thing is we have this washer that connects to the spring. You want to do that same thing. You get on a flat surface and polish that out with 320 on both sides, just so it's smooth. You get that done. And then on the ratchet here, paw, this is the paw, this is the ratchet. You need to hit that too, get rid of a few burrs. And you can see how it was getting serrations here from lack of oil. You're going to need STP and sewing machine oil to assemble this. There are a couple of special parts to it, so let's jump right into it. First, we're going to put the ratchet, the paw in, and this hadn't been oiled in 100 years. And we're going to put a little bit of sewing machine on there, and a little bit of sewing machine on the threads. Screw that into that hole right there. And it moves. There's like a little lip here, right here in the casting, so you have to be careful that you get it above this little part right here. Now we have the winding crank, the shaft, and we have this special washer. And if you can see, it's cupped right here. You see how that's cupped? That's because it fits into this recessed area here. And then this is one of those little special things. So what we're going to do is we're going to put just a little bit of STP around here, which will stay longer than the sewing machine oil, like that. We're going to have a cupped area out. This is the back side, so the cupped area goes in like this and fits on there. And now you're going to put a little more STP on this side, just a little. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put STP in this hole, and we're just going to come right through the same hole and do the back side right here. Then we'll put a little right here, and then a little right here. Now what you do is you'll slide this in. Excellent. Now you're going to take one of the flat washers, the really thin ones that we were soaking in the felt video, and I've cleaned all this off. So we're going to put a little STP on the back side of this, and we're going to put a little STP on this side. Just enough to get it wet, not a lot. And that'll go in here like that. Now what we're going to do is we have this hole, and we have a shaft. We have that shaft, and we have this is the gear, the ratchet part. So like on early Victors, when you take the winding crank thing off the spring barrel, it has a pin in there. Well, this pin goes in here. So we're going to put the pin in. And what you want to do is try to get it even.
Oh, so it's that hole way at the back. I was looking at the two holes in the front.
Yep. I'm going to put a little bit of STP right here on the ratchet, lubrication. And now we have the slot. You see how it has this cut out on both sides. It's going to fit right over that pin. The pin looks a little, we're going to see first. There, it fit on. So it fits in, the slot fits in. So you go here, it won't go in, you just turn it and it pops in just like that. Excellent. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in another one of those really super thin washers. Just a pinch of STP. They don't take a lot, just a pinch. This is just a little bit of lubricant. Because you are never gonna come back and relube this thing. Till you say, oh, I think I should take it all apart in 100 years. You wanna slide that in? Right? Now we're gonna put this part that goes right here in the back, right here. So this slot fits on that little shaft right there,
Okay, that pin thing.
right? And you can see the wear. I deburred that one a little bit, not much. Just a little. I'll slide this on, line up the slot. There we go. Very easy. Now we're going to need that.
Okay, so then you got the pin in that slot.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this spring on. We're going to put this washer on. And this is when you might need a second or third hand. You're going to put the cotter key back in. Tap it down. Bend it around. There we go, and it locks.
And now do you have to open up the feet of that cotter pin?
Yep. So we'll come in here. Take a screwdriver. There we go. Get a screwdriver in, twist each way, and you're done. And that's all there is to assembling the ratchet and paw on our Puritan phonograph, and then we'll move on to the gear train and the spring barrels, and that's my tip for the day.